Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, we are going to be doing a hair tutorial. I have half a hair, so I'm half Asian, half specifically Filipino and half white. So my hair is pretty straight for the most part, but I did put it up in a bun so that I could film a video on this makeup tutorial right here. So if you want to check that out, I'll list that down in the description box below. But I thought we would do some curls, how I get like straight hair. I know it looks wavy right now, but that's just because it was in a bun. But how I get my straight hair to big bouncy curls, and then I'm gonna add like a really nice side braid with some flowers, and I'm gonna teach you guys how to put flowers like this in your hair. So without further ado, please subscribe if you haven't already, and let's jump into this video. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna grab my brush and I'm just gonna brush through my hair and take out any tangles or knots that we might have. It's pretty much tangle free for the most part, just because I took a shower right before filming my makeup tutorial. So I'm just gonna divide it in half, starting from here, the temples, and taking the top half of my hair, and I'm gonna put this up in a little bun so that it's out of the way. And then I'm gonna take the bottom half and I'm gonna divide it in half. So I have my curling iron here. I use the Remington T Studio one. I got this at Ulta. It works really well. I like wands that are just 1-inch barrels that taper, that get really skinny towards the end. That way the curl gets smaller as it goes down the length of your hair. And I just find that the size of the barrel and the way it tapers works best for the curls that we're gonna achieve today. So I like to start from the back. So I take a small piece and I take about a 1-inch section just like that, and I like to take my curling wand. I hold it from the back of my head instead of in the front because it's easier for me to wrap around, and depending on which side. So because I'm doing my left side, I'm going to wrap the barrel around away from the face. If I were to do this side, for example, I would take my curling iron and face it downwards, and I would wrap it away from my face this way. So depending on which side of your head you're curling your hair, you always want to curl it away from your face. And then again, I'm going to take another section and I'm going to curl this part, and I'm going to wrap it all the way around until the end of my hair. And for my curls, I hold it for about 5 seconds and then I let it go, and I just leave it there behind laying on my back. If I want my hair to be really piecey, I'll take some sections, like a really big chunk, like this is like a 2-inch section. So you'd have to hold it for like maybe 10 to 15. Having different sized curls definitely adds texture and bigger volumes. Okay, so we have our curls on this side. I'm gonna do this side. So I'm gonna take a bigger section this time. I'm gonna take 2 inches. So again, for this one, we're gonna wrap it all the way around, and we're just gonna hold it for a longer period of time. And sometimes I mess up and I have an extra little bit right here. I just take that and I wrap it around the end of the wand again. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a smaller section now. Okay, now I'm going to take this small section. I did this on purpose. I wanted this curl to be really small up here in the front. Okay, so now that the bottom section is done, I'm just going to take my hair from the top. And usually when I take it from the top, I'm just going to take it and divide it in half, just like this. And I'm going to tie this side over here in a little ponytail, just to keep that section together from the other curls. And then I'm going to take this side and I'm going to curl this side. Whenever I curl my hair, I always start from the back, no matter what section I'm working on, whether it's the top or the bottom, just because I like to curl the pieces in the back, just so that when I release the curl, I can flip it back behind me and it's done and I don't have to worry about it again, and I just keep working all the way towards the front. So this time I'm just going to take a bigger chunk of hair, wrap it around, and hold it for longer. And typically when I do the top section, I stop the curl right as it gets close to my roots, just because if I were to curl it all the way here, I always find it to look a little weird, so I just leave that part straight. So I'm going to go ahead and curl the rest of my hair, and I'm back. Alright, so we have some bouncy curls up in here. We want to add volume now. So I'm going to take my favorite dry shampoo. This is the Dove Refresh and Care. This is Volume and Fullness. It's the one at CVS or Target or wherever. The purple one, okay? I like this one because it's the one that has volume. And I just like to spray this all the way through my roots just because I like to add lots of volume and lots of texture. There is going to be some white in here, but that's okay because you just use your fingertips, and the oil from your fingertips helps to absorb some of that extra powder. And you really just want to work that all the way through your hair to add lots of volume. Do you see that? Gets a little bit crazy in here. But I actually also like to take that throughout the curls because I want to add extra texture and volume as well. Even though we already have like a bunch of it, I'm just going to spray that all throughout my hair. Go on to the other side. Look at these curls, you guys. I don't even think this was that expensive, maybe like $30. But the magic of a really good curling wand and then adding some dry shampoo just creates so much volume. Sometimes I like to add a little something to it. So just dividing a little section right here, I'm gonna start a side braid right there. So just grab like a little, what is that, like 2.5 inches section of your hair, and I'm gonna divide it into 3 parts. Then I'm going to start French braiding my hair, gathering pieces of hair and pulling it together with the braid as we go down. And usually once I hit about the ear, that's when I stop grabbing pieces of hair from my head, and I just use the hair that I have in my braid and I just start braiding it all the way down. And make sure you leave this piece down because we want to make it very wispy looking. And the texture from that dry shampoo is really going to help our braid to stick together because I have long layers in my hair. So it really helps the layers to not stick out in little pieces. But once I get to the part where like it's kind of inevitable to not get those pieces, I'm going to tie it off with a little rubber band. See, like right there, I can't really not get those, so I'm just going to cut it off right here. Just like that. And the next step you want to do is, starting from the bottom, start pulling out pieces of your braid just like this, because we want to try to make our hair as big and voluminous as possible. That's usually my end goal whenever I do a hairstyle. Just big, voluminous hair. So see the difference between like this part of the braid versus this part? This part's really nice, but it looks imperfectly perfect. I just like the undone sort of feel and how big and voluminous it looks when you start pulling out pieces of the braid. It just looks so much better that way. So same thing with up here. Even though it's French braided in, it's a little bit more difficult, but I just pull at the different sections to add more volume, make it a little messy and undone. It's sort of like a lived-in look, you know? Okay, so the last part after this is the fun part. For looks like this with this type of vibe, I love adding flowers, and I usually buy the flowers from Michael's, and you just buy a little bunch and you cut the flowers off of the stem, and then I just take hot glue gun and I take the flower to make these. I place some glue, about that much, not a lot, just a little bit, and then I take a bobby pin and I take this part and I stick it right through, just like that. See how I stuck it through the little bobby pin? And so after that, I'm just gonna stick these 2 flowers together right next to each other, and then I'm gonna stick this purple one like right here, just like that. See how cute that is? Okay, so once you have your flowers in, that's about it for this look. Basically, just color your hair, have some dry shampoo ready for that extra volume and texture, and then these flowers are super easy. Buy some at Michael's, hot glue them to bobby pins, and then stick them in your hair, and you got some like Rapunzel hair going on, you know? And you don't even have to look like a princess to do it, because this hairstyle is super cute always, like, especially from the side. Like, look how cute that is. This is cute. Anyways, that's everything that I wanted to share with y'all on this cute little curly side braid with some cute flowers with it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and remember that you're beautiful in every which way, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Yep, that is what we're going for. You see? Can you even tell? I don't even know.